Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at the VIX, and it's interesting that we hit this high of 2089. And that was yesterday. Today's the 6th. Yes, that was yesterday. Only to get rejected and come back down. But as of right now, this is our gathering spot here. So we are trading in this zone, I would say above, right at 2081. And support is right here at 2075. So are we going up or are we going down? That's the question, right? So normally when the VIX goes up, SPY goes down. That's how I see it, right? So as of right now, trouble places for the upside for the VIX is around the 2090, again at 2101, 2115. Those are going to be trouble places to the upside, meaning we could hit that, come back down, or we could break through and keep going. Either way, it's going to be a trouble place, right? So to the downside, under 2075, 2064, we can find support here or here at 2053, which is right where the 20 EMA is. If we lose this support here, we could very well come back to the 2035 and right here at 2030, which is really close to that 200 EMA in a previous support level. So I would definitely watch the VIX in this area. So again, we look at the VIX because it kind of gives an idea of what's going on with the SPY. And the SPY is interesting, right? So yesterday we had a high of 584. Let's see, 584.90, right? Here, only to break out of our gathering spot here, our support area, and 5 and 50 cross. It gave us a signal that we were going down, and look, we went from 584 down to 578. So if you traded the SPY yesterday, congratulations. What's interesting for me with the SPY is I looked at this 580.14 and again at this 579.91 and again here at this 579.74. That was a lot of area of support. Those areas here, let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. Those areas here were kind of like a strong support area for me. And look where price came back to. Even though we came down here, this is the zone that we were trading in, and we still are not far from that. So let's say that, right? So what's interesting is that SPY rested right here on this 20 EMA 578.70. So that, to me, this area is kind of like a strong support area. If we break this, we could very well continue to the downside. So I said that to say, where are the trouble places for the SPY today? To the upside, if we should break back above 580.54, we could have trouble right here at 580.79, again at 580.94. 580.79, 580.94 is going to be a strong area of resistance. We have a few layers of resistance. Beyond that, we could possibly have trouble again right here at 581.36, again at 581.77, and there was another one. Yes, 582.18, 582.50, 582.80. If we break the 582.80, I would look, let's say 582.51, 582.80, and again here at 583.46. Above 583, let me get out of this. 583.46, which is here, we could possibly have trouble at 584.12, again at 584.42 and 584.67. If we should go back to the upside now, we could very well continue to the downside. Let's say that. So under all of this, we could possibly have trouble around the 579.70. I will watch that for the SPY. Under that 579.70, I will watch 579.32. Again, 579.04. If we lose that support, 577.71, 577.76, and all the way down here at 577.06, 576.89, or 576.91. Again, I look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale because when I'm in the charts or when I'm in the trade, I need to know where my trouble places are, right? So again, if you trade the SPY today, those are areas that I would watch to the upside and to the downside. And remember, y'all, in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Let's say that, right? So we are now looking at Tesla, and Tesla is trading sideways in a gathering spot, in my opinion, right? So where are the trouble places? It closed at 219.57. As of right now, We are 221.19 is resistance as of now. Now, where the trouble places to the upside, if we break that 221.19 area, 222 is going to be a trouble place possibly for Tesla. 222.98. Again, here at 222.93, 224. I said 222, 223.98, 224.57, 225.15, 226.13, 227.31, 228.10, and up at this 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart at 228.55. So those are trouble places for Tesla to the upside. Now to the downside, we could very well continue declining, right? So under 219.03, I would definitely watch this area of 217.99, which is 217.89, right where the ATR trailing stop, in my opinion. That's strong support or resistance, right? So under that 217.89 area, 217.30, I would watch that for support, and under that 215.99, again at 214.92 and 214.57. Those are going to be support places for Tesla to the upside and to the downside. Now, if we break this level of 214.50 or 214.57 area, 213.97, 213.25, and again at 212.76, that could be our support places for Tesla and resistance areas for Tesla to the upside and to the downside. Again, I say often, y'all, wait on confirmation and trade what you see, right? Apple is interesting. It too is trading in a gathering spot for us today. Pre-market resistance is around 234.22, and support is right here around 233.51. So I would definitely watch those areas for Apple. Now, if we break that 234.26 area, we could possibly, just have trouble around 234.78. Again, here at 235.47. If we break 235.47, 236.68, and if we break that, 237.49, it's going to be resistance areas for us. Now, to the downside, if we come back under 233.21, we could find support at 232.61, under 232.61, 232.29, and if we lose that as support, 231.41, 231.03, and again at 230.51. If we lose that 230.51, 230.13, and if we lose that, we can come back to the 229.85. So those are support and resistance areas for Apple. If you trade Apple today, I always say y'all trade carefully, wait on confirmation, and once it goes against your why, get out, live to trade another day. So we are now looking at AMD. It closed at 156.64. We are, yesterday was interesting. We came out of the gathering spot only to come back down and create another one, right? So we've been trading in this zone with AMD. What's interesting is that, we've been trading, and support is around the 150, well, resistance. Support is around 157.31. Resistance I had at 157.60. And it looks like it's trying to break above that. We are above the 5 EMA, so I would say trade carefully today. 158.23 is going to be a resistance area or close to that. 158.50, we could possibly have trouble there. 159.18, 159.25, that is an ATR trailing stop and a previous support area, so it's now our resistance. I would definitely watch that for AMD. And if we should break that level, just know 159.52 and the 159.70, those are going to be trouble places for us to the upside. If we break that 159.70, just know 159.87, and again at 159.70, let's see, 159.87 is 159.70, yes, then 160.07, 160.24, 160.39. Those are going to be trouble places, and I need to go those are going to be trouble places to the upside for AMD. Now to the downside, just know if we break under 156.75, we could possibly have trouble at 156.16, 155.54, 155.10, 154.84, and 154.02. Be below the 154.02, 153.31, and I need to keep that on auto zoom so I can, yes, okay. So those are trouble places to the upside and to the downside for AMD. So if you trade AMD today, I always say y'all trade carefully. And I do believe Mara is an inside day candle, And the trigger to the upside is above 1793, gives us 1795. Under 1663 gives us a downside target of 1633. So if you trade Mara today, it is an inside day candle, and it looks like we're breaking out, having issues right here at this ATR trailing stop, right? So anything above 1763, we could very well come to this 1793. I would watch that carefully if you trade Mara today. Let's look at NVDA just to see where we are. We closed at 131.60. It too was an interesting trade yesterday coming out the open, right? That was a gathering spot. We went up only to come back down. What's interesting is we had that 129.19, price came down to 128.74. So we come back to this gathering spot here, only to move up a little bit to this gathering spot. This is our 4 o'clock candle, so this is where we are as of now for NVIDIA. Pre-market support is right here, 132.29, resistance at 132.82 or 89. If we should break this level, just know 133.39 could be a trouble place. Again, 133.70, 134.44, 134.80, 134.88, which is really close. ATR trailing stop in a previous support level, which is now our resistance, 134.91. I would definitely watch that. 135.67, 136.42, and again at 137.14 to the upside. Now to the downside for NVIDIA, if we come down under 131.76, we could possibly have trouble at 131.18, 130.92, 130.60, 129.99, 129.19. So those are going to be trouble places to the upside and to the downside for NVIDIA. So again, y'all, I always say if you trade today, trade carefully, and once it goes against your why, get out, live to trade another day. Again, the SPY is creating a gathering spot for us. We had a nice sell-off on yesterday. Just because it sold off on yesterday does not mean it cannot continue today. So trade carefully. So again, y'all, I hope these videos are very helpful. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. If you could, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.